You can stand up, or you can stand around. Better get your hands up, or you be a man down. I know what your plans was. That ain't how it's going down. Better get them hands up, or you be a man down.
All right, man. Here we go, man. Episode 90, Man Down Podcast, man. Corey, Zoe, Jay, Mel.
Hi, guys.
Not the whole panel. Hey, you can't dance with that Dallas shirt on. Look at
I sure can. I sure can.
This song is for the Dallas Cowboys, baby. This is for the Cowboys.
You need to cut it.
I can't stand y'all.
Everybody on the team.
Everybody's gone. You getting traded or you getting cut?
Jay, don't start, bro. That was not funny.
You out of there,
Jay. Look at it. Stop, Jay.
Boy. Look at they gonna fire Jerry Jones, man.
They need to. The first one need to go.
Hey, the Django starting already, man.
Django be on it, boy. Django be on it.
Oh, snap. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Congratulations,
man.
Congratulations.
That man got his boy. He had his girl first like you did, Zoe. Zoe had his girl first and then started having his boys.
Yeah.
Dennis had his girl first, had his boy, man, last night. Congrats, bro.
That's it.
Congratulations.
It won't be enough.
You done, Zoe?
Is you finished or is you done?
Absolutely. No question about
it. Boy, your hair, I swear your hair grows 3 inches every time, every week.
Yeah. And you say that every week, too.
He started with a bald head. He started with a bald head. Now this boy got dreadlocks.
Oh, man. So, look, man, we got a lot of stuff we got to talk about, man. So we'll go ahead and get all the other stuff out of the way, man. Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, man. Check us out on all that stuff. If you're not already subscribe to it, subscribe Amazon. To the YouTube channel as well. Yeah, Amazon as well. So subscribe to the YouTube channel for sure. And get the word out that Man Down Podcast is a dope podcast, man.
And for our 100th episode.
Oh, yeah.
I'm giving away something to a YouTube subscriber
for the 100th episode. I'm
giving away something great to a YouTube subscriber.
We on 90, so it's right around the corner.
Right,
that's pretty
y'all
cool.
Better get them YouTube subscriptions up.
That'll be a good episode to do a couple of giveaways, man. And just and that episode ain't even really got to be about sports, man. Just like this one ain't gonna start out being about sports, man. We actually go talk about some other stuff.
Let's open it up, pause.
You know what? It's a couple of things. It's a couple of things that that I seen actually in the group that I wanted to bring up. Yeah, we stepped out. That was actually in the group that I want to bring up, man. But before we get that, I do want to introduce this new thing for y'all, right? I want to play fact or fiction, right? I'm gonna give y'all 3 news stories, and you gotta find out which one is fake and which one is real. All right. Okay. You ready?
Hey, I'm here.
All right, first news story.
Oh, Lord.
A famous celebrity couple, my bad. Famous celebrity couple.
I was gonna say a couple celebrity. What the hell is that?
They're expecting their first child. And they went on record to say that we will do the ultimate gender reveal, and we won't find or reveal the gender of our child until their 18th birthday when they actually reveal it to us. Is that true?
What?
Yo, That's got to be true. It's too weird not to be true. It's too weird not to be true.
You going with true?
Yeah.
You going with true? What Zoe, what you think? First of all, how you feel?
Yeah,
how you feel about that though?
I don't know. I don't know, and I don't want to part my feelings on the Man Down broadcast. So I'm going to say that it's true because I think that story too crazy for you to make up. But I don't know, you kind of crazy too. So I think it's too crazy for you to make up.
Okay, so we got two that say it's true. All right, Corey, what do you say?
Hell no.
You say no.
False. Ain't nobody dreamed of that but you. You the only one that dreamed that up.
Hold on, man. Why you think I would make something like ain't that's kind of like too good to make? That's too good to make up, though.
That sounds like a Melvin story.
No, that's too good to make up, man. You know it is.
It's true.
Give me your official.
False. I don't think so.
All right, so you going false. Hold on, let me pull this up for you. I'll let you know if it's true or not.
Okay.
I didn't have it loaded, but that is absolutely true.
Are you serious?
That is absolutely true, man.
I told you. You can't make that up.
Yeah.
No, wait. Okay, that it's even worse than what you said because she said that they won't even know the gender of the child until the 18th birthday.
Yeah, they go find out when everybody else find out. So even when they change diapers and see that it's obviously either a girl or a boy, they're going to ignore that and say, whenever you choose your gender at 18, then that'll be the gender reveal. How you love that?
Next story.
Okay.
Hey, Sheldon on one already. Sheldon, stop.
What Sheldon say? Hold on, what Sheldon talking about, man? What's going on, Lamar?
How
That's
you doing?
my dude.
What's going on? Hold on, what's Sheldon at, man? Do some giveaways for the Dallas fans. They need, and then comes from CNN. You have to question it. I mean, I guess, but she literally said that in the article though, in the interview.
Okay.
So I don't know, man. All right, so next story. A Florida man.
True.
Yeah, hold on.
True.
That's true.
It's true. It's true.
So before you finish the story, yo, there's this game. If you type in Florida man and then your birthday, you'll see all sorts of stories, yo.
Crazy.
Florida man and then your birthday in the Google. You're gonna see.
Yes.
I'm gonna try that out. So so a Florida man dies on top of his fiance. The autopsy report revealed that the cause of death was COVID-19. Is that true or false?
That's true.
True.
That's true. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
That's false.
True.
That's false.
That's true. That happened. No, that happened. That happened before that story. Before that happened. Yes, that happened for sure.
No, that's false. It's false. Last story. Tampax, the company.
Look at Zoe's face.
Tampax, the company, tweeted out.
Tampax got a Twitter?
Yeah, evidently, right? And their official Twitter account, they tweeted out, "Hey, it's not only women that bleed. Other people bleed too, right?" That was their tweet.
There's only one other person.
Is that true or false?
That's false, man.
Well, hold on, before let's get a score. Let's get a score. So Corey, you 0 for 2.
I'm 0 for 2.
Jay and Zoe, y'all 1 for 1.
You got
so
1 for 1.
This is going to determine the winner.
1 for 2.
We are okay. Oh yeah, one and one for two. My bad.
Oh, this is true. This is undoubtedly true.
True for Jay. Zoe.
I'm gonna go with false just because Jay went with true. To be a tiebreaker somewhere.
Corey.
It's false.
It's false. You're 0 for 3, Corey. This is true.
Oh
Boom.
my God.
This is the quote. Fact. Not all women have periods. Also a fact. Not all people with periods are women. Let's celebrate the diversity of all people who bleed.
What
them niggas bleed just like us.
Hey, pause. Listen, if you have a period, you're a woman.
That's not right. That is so bad.
I'm almost sure that if you have a period, you're a woman. I don't.
Hey, bro. If you would have read the comments, like there are trans people in the comments, like facts, yes, like like, this is true. I finally someone said it. Now not only women have periods. I didn't know, so I'm gonna have to do the research. If anybody,
wait a minute. I'm a man of 38 years.
Here we go.
Nope, we're not. Hey, what you got next, man? Nope.
We're not going.
No, don't do it, man.
We're not going. We're not going.
Not this early. We
Jay,
only got 11 minutes in. Too early.
Hey, shout out to Sincere King, man, who got the Black-owned podcast coming out pretty soon, man. I seen one of his posts earlier, man. He told me he was gonna get real hot on the HBCUs, and I can't wait. But make sure you plug us in for one of them episodes, Sincere.
Yes, sir. Please do.
Especially,
we got some work to do, Sincere, man. Shout out.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, but yeah, that's crazy, man. hey, what's that Biggie song? Them clowns bleed just like us, man.
No. When he was saying niggas bleed, I'm sure he wasn't talking about from the vagina, because they don't have one.
Hey,
I have so many.
You know what?
That I am not going to ask.
You know what? Nope. Listen.
Go in.
If one has a vagina, one is a female.
Here we go.
You cannot have a period without a vagina. And if you have a vagina, you're a female.
Not according to Tampax.
I thought it was that simple.
No, listen. No, they just want to sell more tampons. They want you to buy it.
It's basically anatomy and physiology, man. It's pretty simple.
You know what? That's a good point, man. They want to sell more.
They want tampons to be used for nosebleeds, head wounds. Listen, no.
I got to. You
know what? I heard they do stop nosebleeds good though. That's true.
Guess who's not gonna ever know?
Well,
hey, let me bleed out through the nose.
If they make
put a tampon in my nose.
If they make them small enough, I will put one in there and pull it out.
No, you wouldn't.
Oh, no, if you was playing basketball or football and you was in the league and your nose was bleeding, and somebody was like slide it in
and pack.
So when I was a kid, the screen running around hitting you in the lip. Nah, when I
was a kid, and I hope my mom is listening so she can call in and talk about it. I got hit in the nose with a baseball. And there was a lady at the game that put a tampon in my nose, and it stopped the bleeding.
Your nose that big?
No.
Hey, Corey is officially the man down.
They stuffed it in there. Yeah. Nope. It happened.
Oh man!
Thank y'all for watching. We catch y'all next week. We already know who the man
is. We already done.
Hey, when I seen those two stories, man, I said I know we're a sports show, but I got the daggone tie this in some way somehow, man.
That's funny though.
That was crazy, man. When I seen that tweet, I was like, "You got to be kidding me, Tampa."
The gender reveal is the craziest though. Like, how in the hell?
Hey, Mel, I want to correct you, yo.
Yeah.
We used to be a sports show. Now we're a show of the people.
Yeah.
Whatever people want, that's what we are.
Yeah. That's pretty much what it is. That's pretty much what it is, man.
With a little sports sprinkled in there.
Yeah. We media hoes.
Yeah. All right. So let's move right along, man. Hey, another interesting thing I seen that was in the group, right? And they got a lot of traction. Man. And before we get to your beloved Cowboys core, because that's what we're gonna start with first. One last thing, not sports related, we want to do for this open discussion that we're gonna do every episode. We're gonna have about 10-15 minutes of just non-sports related discussion, man. And for today, I gotta throw it on the screen, and I want y'all input on it. I'm gonna shut up because I had already said what I wanted to say in the group. I want to hear what y'all think, and if there's any females that is listening, there's anybody that's watching this, please share it so we can get more people on this conversation, man. Because
Kaz, what up?
It's pretty enlightening, man. Here it is. I read it. This came from I think I know who this person is, but I'm not sure who Dr. J is. I think I know who Dr. J is, but he said, fellas, just because you tell a woman you aren't looking for a relationship, it doesn't mean you aren't responsible for hurting them. The time you give, the text you send, and the sex you have with them has "we are together" written all over it. Dr. J.
Did he play basketball?
Who is Dr. J?
I think no. If I'm not sure who it is, so I'm not gonna say this guy's name, but I think I know who it is. Though.
But it's not the one that played for the Sixers.
It's not the one that got hands made out of robotic fingers. And no, it's not that guy.
Yeah, I'm sure a Hall of Fame man would not type no bullshit like that.
Yeah. Okay. So thanks, sincere. So that's who I thought it was. I didn't know he called himself Dr. J. But I assumed that was him. But yeah, it's one of my associates that's actually not a psychiatrist, but he's a therapist. No, he's a therapist. He's a therapist, man, and smart brother. Used to be in the Navy too. Smart brother, man. Real smart. But yeah, he posted it. I stole it from him. I did. At least I can cite where I stole it from, so it won't be just straight up thievery. But what y'all think about it, man? If a guy and a girl has an understanding, and the girl catch feelings,
I'm last.
All right, and the girl catch feelings, and things change. What's up, Big Mike? She want a relationship, and the guy doesn't want a relationship. Is he responsible for the way he handled her? If he hurts her, if he pulls out, or how y'all feel about that?
So if he pulls out, okay.
Hey, don't never pull out. Shoot the club up.
See, there y'all go.
Shoot the club up. That's my can't mix. That's my can't miss fact of the day. Shoot that club up.
Shoot the club up. Okay, I got you. So this is my question to that comment, because I noticed that a lot of guys go after the female audience with posts like this, right? So I'm going to ask a question to that post. And my question to that post is, does it work the opposite way too? Is the female responsible too?
I don't know. What you think? I mean, do you see that often though? Do you see it? Where guys like, I want a relationship, and the girl's like, look, man, you was just a booty call. And
you see dudes catch feelings all the time. And a girl may not have feelings for that dude. It's just the sex might be good, right? And then you like, hey, I want this. And she like, no, you can come up here at 3 a.m, do what you got to do, and be gone by 3:45. Other than that, it ain't no relationship. And dude get his feelings hurt.
Yo, First of all, if I come over at 3 a.m, I'm leaving tomorrow. First of all,
I mean, technically, it is tomorrow. If it's 3
tomorrow. If it's 3 a.m,
I'm going to sleep. I don't care what anyone has to say about it. You've invited me into your house like a vampire. Now I'm here.
How
we need to do
Dennis? How are both parties responsible? Explain that.
Yo, so first of all, no one's responsible. Nobody. But I'm gonna let Zoe go, and then I'm gonna answer it. I gave y'all a hint, but I'm gonna let Zoe go.
Oh, I mean, yeah, sincere. I'm not lying to you. Yeah.
What was the question? Rephrase that question one more time for me, man.
Okay. Is the person who posted this, Dr. J, is he right in saying that, hey, look, just because you told a girl you don't run a relationship doesn't mean you're not responsible for her being hurt in the end because she wants a relationship. That makes sense. So if I say up front, I don't want a relationship, but we can keep banging. He's saying that when you treat her like you're in a relationship, you're texting, you're out sexing, you know what I mean? It says that we're actually together, even though you said out of your mouth you're not. Right. So does that,
in my opinion, that just means transparency means absolutely nothing in a relationship to me. If I am forthcoming and letting you know that this is not what I'm looking for, if I'm telling you this is what I'm looking for, you want to continue this, we will continue with that understanding. If I can't be transparent with somebody, it no longer is my responsibility what they feel if I'm 100% transparent with them. If they can see, if they can choose at that moment when I say, nah, I'm good, to stop talking to me. Just don't, if you're not looking for that, then we don't have anything else to talk about, which is understandable. But if they choose to continue finishing in their mind that they got something going on, that something's going to be different, then they're setting themselves up to fail. It's not anybody's responsibility.
That's a good point, Luther.
I agree with Luther.
Does actions speak louder than words? Because I can go to a crack house and say, I don't want crack, but here's my $20, right?
No, keep going. Keep going, man. For real. Keep going.
Can I be mad at the dealer that comes and bring me a rock? And I smack it out of it and saying, what gave, I told you I wasn't a crackhead. You know, what did you bring me crack for?
This is a donation.
Okay, so here's the problem.
Donation to your business.
Here's the problem with all of that. Number one, my intentions was made at the beginning. I don't want a relationship. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I called you. Yeah, I texted you. Yeah, I sexted you. Now, the only thing that I wanted was buns. I wanted buns until I can get to my next relationship.
I can't stand Jay.
No, people suckers need to know. Listen, I'm in between relationships right now. I still need to get buns. You happen to have buns. So I'm going to do whatever it takes to get your buns and put them in my pocket. Now, here's where I could go wrong. I could give you rated A beef. I give you grade A beef.
Great.
And it's going to make you go loopy. Oh my God. The great poet Sean Carter has given us tools how to work with this. He said in the song in the book of Is That Your Chick? He said, never kiss her, never hold her hand. Like, don't do stuff like that. Listen, you get in there,
just quote it home.
You ground and pound.
Just quote it home.
Yeah. You get in there, you ground and pound. Don't care if they finish. When you beat, shoot the club up. Don't even pull out. Don't wipe off on nothing. Go get her decorative towels. Use that to wipe your meat off. She's not gonna want to be with you. You gotta be nice and nasty. While you hitting it from the back, wipe a booger on the bottom of her foot. You gotta do stuff like that, and she ain't gonna want to be with you.
CJ, you started out good, right? You started out good, and then you went off to this comedic state. Now,
no, this is true.
Booger on the bottom of her foot.
Hey, look, I ain't thinking about digging in my nose when I'm doing something like that, man. But you're right.
You have to be nice and nasty.
I'm leaning more toward Luther when he said, "Is your actions like, you know?"
But that's what I'm telling you. Your actions is still saying, "Hey, I'm giving you what you need. You're giving me what I need." But your actions is also saying, "Don't nobody want to take the person who wipes a booger on their foot home to mom."
Yeah,
like,
she
knows you're no longer boyfriend material.
But
show up to her house. Show up to her house in dirty clothes. Just be like, yo, I'm just a shit bag.
Ain't nobody doing
shit bag, yo.
Ain't nobody doing that, man.
Give her grade C ping. Do not give her grade A. Finish in a minute and a half.
Well, see, that's a clear cut way for you not to get a second you know, you auditioning. You audition. Look, at that point, you auditioning. So you know, if you want to be, if you want to call back, it's gonna be
if you want to call back, all you got to do is blow her back out one time, and then the rest of your times can be garbage because she's going to search for that one time.
All right. So go ahead, man, because I ain't messing with Jay, man. How did you even respond to that, man?
So you know I'm telling the truth.
Wait. Lamar said, "Get that bread, get that head, then leave."
Yeah.
Have you heard that song, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo.
Bro, I can't, man. Go ahead.
Man. And you give her some of the best D she ever had, and then give her garbage D's the rest of the times. You just got to get that. You got to get that return engagement.
Oh, what about not messing with her? If you don't really don't want to be with her,
it can be.
No, that's never an option. Not messing with her.
That's ideal.
That's not an option.
No, that's an option. No.
So where you gonna get buns from? If she
at the end of the day,
buns and you need them, where you gonna get them from?
Hold on, Jay. Let Zoe go. You know he got that lag.
It's so many buns. It's buns at the bakery. So I mean, you can find buns. we can find buns. I do think not messing with him in the beginning, but that's her option. If I tell her I'm in a state to where I'm not looking for a relationship, I'm not looking for anything long term, and she continues to court, answer your text, do all of that, it's not your fault. I honestly believe that it's not your fault because you can just stop. It's a rarity, but it does happen that a woman tells the dude, I'm not for exclusivity, and the dude says, okay, that's cool, we can do our thing. The shoe's rarely on the other foot. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it's rare. Right. A dude, he can get in his feelings, but he's not going to showcase it the same way a woman is. Because a woman, if she finds out, even though you told her that, she's going to act a donkey. She's going to act a plumb fool.
Yeah,
and
it's true.
But when that happens, you know, it begins to say, well, look, we had this situation in the beginning, but in her mind, that's not what took place. In her mind, regardless of what you said, in her mind, she saw something else. Disregarded what you said, saw something else. So, you know, that's where it becomes in. Well, maybe you should just not mess with the person. So I get what you're saying, but Jay has some valid points. That half speed D, you kind of got to go half speed if you don't want to get those feelings.
I don't know. Corey, I want you to finish it off, man. This is just my opinion. I think we it's kind of flip flop for us. If we're showing a girl interest and it takes us a while to get the picture, if she not into us, like she almost got to say it, like I'm not feeling you. But when they pull their little stunts where they're answering phone calls or not answering phone calls or answering texts slow and stuff like that, those are the ways they're trying to let us know they're not into. Because if she was really into you, she'd be on that phone waiting, right? That's how females do it, right? So but what we want is you to just say, look, I'm not feeling you, and then we'll stop, right? Sure. Now it's flip flop for females. You can tell a female, I'm not feeling you, but if you continue to text and call and sex and do all those things, what you're telling her is that you are into her, you know. So they're going to think about other ways. Why is he saying he's not and acting like he is? You know, I'm going off what I'm feeling. He's giving me these vibes, and I know that's real. But what he's saying, he might be scared, maybe, you know. So maybe I can, you know, ease that, you know, through time or whatever. I don't know. Maybe that's what they're thinking.
So this is my thought process on the whole thing. If we are two consenting adults, and we come
wait. Is this true?
I'm searching. I don't see nothing about it online.
I'm researching it now.
I haven't heard it.
And we come to a clear, concise, mutual agreement, then we're going to stick to that contract. Anything that comes extra from that contract, now, it doesn't mean that I'm into you. It means that I'm like, as my boy Jay would say, I'm into them buns. I like them. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what we agreed to, right? Anything extra after that, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not really into you like that. You know what I mean? But we can keep doing what we're doing, and then that's when you come to a choice. You say yes or you say no. If you say yes, then we're gonna keep going as planned. If you say no, then we stop.
Have y'all ever not been into a girl enough to be with her, but y'all was having sex and then it changed and all of a sudden you wanted to be with her? Has that ever happened?
I've only been with my wife. I don't know.
That's good.
I don't know what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. But here's the thing, man.
We'll piggyback off that.
Two things, and I'm gonna let y'all get out of here. One, there's only two type of girls: girls that's into me and girls that don't know me enough yet. That's it. Number two,
Jay, stupid man.
It's a scientific fact that if on Monday night you hit Raw while watching Monday Night Raw, you'll never get a girl pregnant. That is science. That is fact, not fiction.
Look, man. Okay, man. Are we ready for
Yeah, nothing about Joe Rogan though.
Okay.
Yo, who is
no,
Chip?
I don't think it's true.
I don't know who Chip is, man. But I seen that too. Chip, who blocked him? Somebody just blocked him. I don't know who blocked him. Chip was in here trolling.
Hey, Chip, yo, shout out to Chip. Whoever blocked Chip, I like Chip.
Chip was in here trolling.
From the top rope or from the ladder, both. Go Raw from all that.
Joe ain't dead. What was Chip thinking, man? What was the point?
Also, hey, hold on. Disclaimer. Please do not go Raw and have babies and blame it on me because you was watching Raw. Don't do that. That's bad business. I was just playing, guys.
All right, man. So let's get into these sports, baby. Week 7 of the NFL. It was good. I mean, we seen a showdown with Kyler Murray and the MVP, maybe. You know, I think he's still in the front run for MVP. We seen some of that. We seen Philly pull out a win, right? But once again, we seen Dallas look like chopped liver out there, man. They're looking like chopped liver. They're getting daggone tossed up, man. Daggone Red Rifle get a concussion. Ain't nobody fight for him. I mean, we seen Pittsburgh fight for a dude that probably ain't even on the squad no more last year when Gary threw that helmet on his head. Remember that? Pittsburgh was hot. Yeah. Pittsburgh was like, "Nah, you ain't about to do
he on the roster?
Third string."
He's still the backup.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. Here is Jerry Jones at a press conference, man. Let's see that the tempers are flaring.
Does your team have a leadership void?
When where in the offensive line, where you,
just overall, when
seriously, where would you have a leadership void? Is it an experience void? Is it a talent void? Is it a leadership void? I'm not trying to be cute here. The answer is no. The answer is no.
I'm asking.
There's not a. Well, just shut up and let me answer. No.
Hey. Jerry's hot, man. Have you ever seen him that tight? Look, he know the sky's falling. He knows the sky. They're panicking. They're trading away. They traded away Griffin. He's not gonna be the last person to get sent up out of here packing. Anybody who's making any type of money that was displaying no heart is probably up out of here either this season or in the off season, right?
The Marcus Lawrence is next,
and he might be. And I think the guys that's going to get traded right now, I think that gives you an idea of what's the locker room snitch. The guys who was telling on the coaches, they're getting up out of there.
So I agree with you to a certain extent. I think it's the dudes that have not bought into the coaches to their system. Probably telling them that that's bullshit that y'all running,
JP, what up, my guy?
Especially on defense, Emerson Griffin was having an off year. He's playing out of position. You know what I mean? They got him playing outside linebacker. He's a hand down defensive end. That's what he does. But you got him in a 3-4 defense, right? And he's a 4-3 defensive end, right? Same with Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith is an outside linebacker, right? But at Notre Dame, he made money off rushing the quarterback, kind of like Von Miller rushed the quarterback, right? They got him playing middle linebacker. You know what I mean? You got these dudes out of position, and they don't know how to play these positions, and it's becoming evident, right? And you right now, what's happening is Jerry's getting exposed, and he's pissed off about it because now it looks like as the general manager, because you chose this, you chose to be the owner, and you chose to be the general manager, right? So you bringing in these individual players that have these, especially on defense, Dontari Poe and all these cats, right? And you bringing in, basically what you did was brought in a bunch of 4-3 players and then brought in a 3-4 defensive coordinator. This is what you get.
But what about the heart though? Why are they not playing with heart?
The heart was gone. The heart was laying on the field with his ankle sideways. That was the heart and soul of the team.
It wasn't no heart last year when they went 7-9 and they lost they lost to a Philadelphia team that had more injuries than daggone any team I've seen in the NFL.
You're talking about one game.
Oh, okay.
One game.
But look, when you say you win this game, you win this game for to be a playoff team, and you go against a rival, and that rival has no receivers that are healthy, and they just got a receiver that they're starting at their number one spot that was on the practice squad a week before, and y'all lose that squad. That's no heart. So they had no heart last year, and they had no heart this year before.
We're talking. That's not true. We're talking about in that game another person that shows no heart in big games, and he's done that since he's been there. Now he'll get all kinds of catches and stuff. Is Amari Cooper? You pay that dude $100 million. You paid him $100 million.
Yeah,
Amari Cooper in the Eagles game sat on the sideline.
Dark alley.
Who? Amari Cooper?
Amari Cooper. Would you follow him in the dark alley?
What do you mean?
Would you follow him if he's your leader?
No.
Would you follow Zeke if he's your leader?
No.
Would you follow anybody on that defense if he's your leader?
No.
Would you follow Dak if he's your leader?
Absolutely.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
Because Dak was leading all those smallest dudes.
He's the only leader on that team. He's the only one.
Leaders produce more leaders.
Absolutely, and you are absolutely right. And they are leaders when Dak is on the field. And just like I can't remember who commented.
No, they've never
I can't remember who commented on the post last night when we was having this same discussion. He was like, the problem with Dallas is they only got one leader, and that's a huge problem. And it's the truth. That's why you have offensive captains, defensive captains. This is a game that's played with 22 people on the field at the same time, right?
Right.
22 people. You have offensive players and you have defensive players. Dak is leading his offense. It's obvious the offense went from the highest scoring offense in the league to 3 points. That's exactly what they did. Then you have defense leaders. They have no. I'm listening to you.
Hold on, Corey. Mm-hmm. So, and I think, and this is where me and you start having differences when we talk about this. Let's do one at a time. Yeah. All right. Let's not talk because we all admit on this panel that Dak and the offense was looking great on the field with how they play, right? Mm-hmm. Scoring points, moving the ball, even though they got behind early. So, if I pull up Dallas's first quarter stats, it's probably not that impressive, So they're playing from behind. They're playing from behind a lot.
Impressive.
Right. They're playing from behind a lot, but I'm not talking about their play on the field as far as performance. What I'm talking about with leadership is what's in their chest, right? What the effort plays, the heart, the killer instinct, the drive. Do they have that? And what I'm saying is they don't have that. And that's probably what's lacking the most because they're not lacking at the skill at all. They're not lacking that skill. They got players. They got more players than a lot of people got. Yeah. But leadership-wise is where they're lacking. They don't have something, and that something is unmeasurable. And you have to look at who you say the leader is, which is Dak, and say, hey, you're leading a bunch of chumps. Why are they chumps?
That defense has no leadership at all.
The team has no leadership.
Indeed, the team had one leader, and that's the biggest problem. There are no leaders on defense, and he didn't fail
as a leader, though. He failed as a leader.
How? How could you
because
fail? I think they failed him. They failed him. Let me finish what I'm saying. They failed him. Ownership, everybody failed him. They've been failing him. Zeke obviously is not a leader. How do you figure? They're the ones that bring these players in. They are the ones.
Ownership has failed.
How many times on this show have I said this? They need to bring somebody in like Earl Thomas. Doesn't matter if his play has dropped off a little bit. He puts people in the right positions, and he will lead the defense. This is exactly what they need, and they refuse to do it. They refuse to do it. You cannot be on the offensive side of the ball and lead the defense. You can't do that. It is too big of a sport to do it.
Remember what I said? We're separating the field, and we're talking about
the field is separated, Melvin. And this is what I'm saying.
Listen, we're not talking about the field right now. We'll talk about that after this. I'm talking about leadership and what you're doing and getting people ready on the psychological standpoint.
Like how? What do you mean psychological? Dak built a damn football field at his house for the offseason for the receivers. He built that for them so they could practice during COVID. This is the kind of steps that he's taking. Is anybody else on the team taking those steps on the defensive side of the ball? No. Absolutely not.
Let me let James go again.
It's got to be something about that guy that the other guys on both sides of the ball say, hey, we're going to win this for him. His ability to do X, Y, and Z makes me want to be the best player I can be. For instance, Honey Badger said that when he seen after the game that Pat Mahomes said, old buddy from Las Vegas was wide open in the middle of the field, he called the rest of the defense together and said, hey, the rest of the secondary said, hey, that can never happen again. 15 is giving us a chance to win, and we taking it away from them. That can't happen. So Honey Badger stepped up as the leader of the defense and said, hey, listen, we will not allow this to happen because our leaders, our head leader, which is 15, is unpleased with that. We got to give him the best that we got in order to make it. So let me stop you right there, Jay. Who on the defensive side of football is doing that? Who is the defensive leader? Have you heard anybody from the Cowboys defense ever do anything like that in the last since DeMarcus Ware and them cats left? I think that's the problem. I think that's what.
It is the problem.
So I think what Melvin is saying is, who garners that respect in Dallas that someone across the side of the ball can say, hey, we're going to give you all that we have.
They don't have players like that. And I've been saying that, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They don't have those players. I was hoping that somebody like Gerald McCoy would come in and be that type of player, right? Or somebody like Emerson Griffin would come in and be that type of player. Somebody that would take that young defense under their wing and guide them in the right direction, you know what I'm saying? And be the leader, the vocal leader, the leader of that team. Gerald McCoy got hurt in training camp, or it wasn't preseason, but training camp, right? And DeMarcus Lawrence got paid a bag. He's not playing no more. He got one sack. Right? And can you name anybody else in the Cowboys secondary?
I think you're missing the point though.
I'm not missing the point.
Get in.
Every NFL receiver is in the Cowboys secondary.
Who? I know.
I think
Darren Woodson. That's the last one.
Yeah, probably Darren Woodson.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But I think what Melvin is saying. Okay. Yeah, I think what Melvin is saying is make leaders. If all of us were in the Navy, and if my first class didn't produce other first classes, or if my chiefs didn't produce other chiefs, in the Chiefs, it would look as if, okay, this guy, he's not making leaders. And I think that's what the element that Dak is missing, because yes, want to have other guys step up and do that, but you got to have at least one guy, whether he's playing or not. I don't care what the situation is. If my quarterback goes out, I'm playing the rest of the season with my hair on fire for that dude. I don't care what side of the ball I'm on. I don't care anything about same foul. I don't care anything. I don't care anything about anything else because I got the respect of my quarterback. I don't know what it is. And you guys like Emerson Griffin, who is a veteran player, and guys like Gerald McCoy, Dontari Poe, Leighton Vander, those guys are guys who've played before, and they should have stepped up. What is the reasoning behind why they didn't?
What I'm thinking is, especially with Emerson Griffin leaving, like for a 6th-round draft pick, that means something happened in the locker room. Something.
I told you he was the snitch.
That'll never come out, right? But what I'm saying is that you probably had veteran leadership on that defense that was like, this is bullshit. This defense is not going to allow us to win. We need to do this, and this. And basically, what I feel like happened was the coaching staff was like, they're not trying to buy into the program. Let's just get rid of him. And he won't be the last one.
Yo, fun fact. I just thought of this. Poe used to play for the Falcons, who is so favorite team. Poe used to play for Carolina, who was once Melvin's favorite team.
Mm-hmm.
Poe used to play for the Chiefs. Yo,
yes.
Poe in Dallas is done, bro.
Who is Poe?
Dontari Poe.
He been around.
Defensive tackle.
He should be a leader.
You 320 pounds.
He should be a leader.
Drove back 8 yards off the ball. Like, it makes no sense.
He should be a leader, bro.
I mean, we got Alden Smith that was on the Super Bowl team. You know, they didn't win it, but
Alden is keeping quiet because he's thankful to be in the NFL. And whoever that was, I don't know whoever that was on the bottom, said the biggest thing, said what I've been saying the whole season. The only player that shows any kind of heart on that defense is the rookie from Alabama. But he's playing like he did in college with his hair on fire because that's how they play. You understand what I'm saying? That's the culture in Alabama. That's Nick Saban's culture. You understand what I'm saying?
All right. So phone line is open, man. Call in, man. We want to hear what y'all think about this Cowboys situation. The way I see it, you know, whoever your leader is, if you're going to say the leader is Dak, when everything is going wrong, and did I have some internet issues right there?
Yeah,
that was me.
Yeah, you went bad.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. I don't know what happened. Yeah, but
you were saying when everything goes wrong, what now?
Yeah, when the sky's falling and it's not like you just can't point to one thing. It's just like it's something inside. It's something that's in their chest that's not that it's supposed to be there. I'm going to my leaders and like, look, man, this team is built to win. What the heck is going on? Why y'all not playing like y'all supposed to be playing? But
they wasn't built to win though. They wasn't built to win.
I don't think they were ever built. They were built to win on offense.
Let me take this call.
Go for it. Not on defense.
Hey, go ahead. What's up? Chip.
And then he hung up.
Yo, shout out to my man Chip.
Who is Chip?
Bro, I have no clue.
I don't know, but Chip Wilder. Hey, so here's the question. Corey, you're a Dallas Cowboys fan and a Dallas Cowboy aficionado.
Gotcha.
Quick fix. What do you do?
Right now?
Yeah,
I still say you go get Earl Thomas. Bring something in here. Something that's going to light a fire. Because right now, the only thing that you can really do on offense, I think you're going to have to run the ball.
Man, the answer is blow it up, yo. The answer is blow it up. Simple as that. That's the answer.
You say blow it up. I say bring in Earl Thomas. But there are players. But so do you buy into Mike Nolan? Is that how much faith you putting in Mike Nolan?
No, that's the first. That he need to get hit with the actual bum, no shrapnel or nothing. Put the bum on Mike Nolan. Strap that to his chest. strap that to that man.
Hold on. Why would you go for Winston
right now?
Not Jameis.
Right now,
I think he's better than steroids.
He's better than Ben DiNucci.
What would you have to give up for Jameis though? I mean, it might have been.
It depends how much they pack.
Maybe a third.
Fourth.
Maybe they should have gave up
third.
Griffin. Maybe Griffin should have been packaged for Jameis.
Maybe Emerson Griffin in a fourth.
That might be a bad idea.
But you let him go for a sixth. Again, that's leadership issues. That's your front office. This is Jerry Jones. But you don't have to point at nobody else because he's the general manager as well. He is the one pulling the cord and making these decisions. You just let go of an all-pro defensive tackle that was having an off year because he's out of position for a 6th-round pick. What the hell are you going to get in the 6th round?
Hey, man, you know what they say, when there's smoke, there's fire, yo. Melvin might be right, yo. He might have been the locker room leak. The first thing you got to do in Dallas is fix that locker room. That needs to be the first thing. But it's not going to resonate on the field. This season is a wash. Here's another year that y'all don't do anything. It's over. But you got to fix the locker room, or you're gonna have these same problems spilling in the next year. And then either you give Mike McCartney the reins and let him build the way he builds, or you blow it up.
He's never gonna get the reins as long as Jerry is alive, bro.
Yeah, that's for sure. We know that. You got to get rid of that locker room.
Sure.
Is irreplaceably broke. You have to change who's in the locker room. You got to get Zeke out of it. You got to get everybody out of there. That locker room is broke, bro. You got to start over.
Dennis said it'd be a good idea to bring Cap in. I don't think Jerry would ever allow somebody to kneel in his
Jerry's not going to allow. And the only person that kneeled during the national anthem on that team was Emerson Griffin.
And he's gone now.
He couldn't wait to sign that daggone. You trying to trade him? Yeah, we good with that. I approve of that.
Look, only way he would bring Cap in is for somebody to take the blame other than him.
The only person who will bring Cap in is probably in Seattle, and he'll bring him in to back up Russ. He's the only dude that stand up like that'll do something like that. I mean, Geno should be out of the league. And he gave Geno no chance just because I think you can run the style of offense that Russ runs for me.
I think Big Red would bring him in, but there's no room for him. But I think Big Red would do it.
That's true.
But remember,
he brought Mike Vick back.
I think so too.
Yeah, he did.
What's his name? Pete Carroll brought in the quarterback from the dude that went to jail for beating up his girlfriend again for like the 4th time. The same girl too. He played quarterback at TCU. I can't remember his name, but dude could really play. But he had some crazy issues, and Pete Carroll was the only one that gave him a chance. And he was a viable backup to Russ for maybe 2 years ago, and maybe part of last year up until he got in trouble.
Seneca Wallace?
Not Seneca Wallace. I'll bring his name.
Whoever it was, Honey, you need to leave him.
Bro, you can't be getting knocked out 4 times. But look, when Joe Mixon smacked that white girl in college, when he got drafted, it was like the OJ verdict all over. I said, how can you be a black man in America on camera, put hands and foot, knife edge a white girl?
Yeah, he beat her,
and
get
the hell out of him.
You gotta be a running. Yeah, you got to be a nice running back to get that type of second chance, bro. Nice running back. Bro.
Shout out to running backs in Ohio.
Trayvon Boykin, that's his name. And it's funny. It's funny because the picture that it has of him on Google is his mugshot.
Boykin, that's who it is. Yeah,
he could ball. Trayvon Boykin could ball, and Pete Carroll gave him an opportunity. He was the only one that would give him an opportunity, and he backed up Russ from 2011 to 2015. But once he put his hands on it again, that was it for him.
All right, so let's move to this MVP can now. Hey, some people is now saying that Kyler Murray might slide in the and get a couple of MVP votes. I don't know if he can, because I think the way Russ is playing, he's definitely the front runner, and I think what Kansas City and what Green Bay and Tampa Bay is doing, I think those quarterbacks get votes before Kyler Murray would. But yeah, some people think Kyler Murray might get a couple of votes, man. Some people think Derrick Henry gonna get some votes, man. But how y'all feel about the MVP race before we get into that game of Arizona and Seattle?
It's Russ's to lose.
I think
even with what
I think,
even. Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's Russ's to lose, man. I think that there are other quarterbacks, and I like what Kyler Murray's doing, especially as a young guy. Russ is a vet. Aaron is a freak, but they'll never give it to a defensive player. Quarterback is playing well. I think Tom is really starting to gel with that team. Go ahead.
Even with the NFL, there's offensive and a defensive MVP. There's not just a league MVP. It's either the offensive, the offensive MVP.
Yeah, that's right.
Or the defensive MVP. Yeah,
the defensive player of the year. Aaron Donald is going to win that probably 9 times out of 10. But yeah, I mean, Kyler, I think he'll get some votes if they continue to win. Like if they're winning games.
Are they in first place in that division?
And especially when you're going up against an MVP caliber quarterback in Russ. But I said all that to say this. I think it's Russ.
Seattle.
And I think Seattle's first. I think it's Russ, and I think it's Pat. I think it's Aaron. I think it's Tom. As far as offensive, and I don't think it really. And then it's everybody else, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all ready for the real answer?
No, not really.
Not necessarily, but I think we're gonna get it anyway.
Well, in a stunner, you never guessed I'd say this. If this old ancient European dinosaur plays anywhere near above average, the MVP is going to TB12 in Tampa Bay. Period. They want to give that award to him. It's a
good story. It'll make a good story. It'll make a good story.
If they go 10-6 and he has 20 touchdown passes and less than 7 interceptions, he's the MVP of the league.
He got to do better than
anybody
10-6,
else does.
He got to do better than 10-6 though.
No, 10-6 is enough for him.
No,
he's a 4 or 5 times.
Look at the division. Like, no, if the Falcons are bottom feeder, and I think 10-6 to get it done too. Now that you think about it, because I think the Saints only competition,
and they
in that division. And he can't really look like himself either. And Tom Brady is really starting to look like Tom Brady. So 10-6, win the division, make a playoff. That might get
I was going to say Pat though, didn't y'all thought I was going to say 15-1-5.
Michael Thomas ain't played in what? Michael Thomas ain't played in 2 months.
Yeah, and if you would have said Pat Mahomes, you know what I was gonna say, right? You need to cut it. Hey, that's the jam, man.
Yeah,
I was in Japan when this came out, man. So I ain't really get the vibe with it, man.
cut it, 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 cut it.
Boy,
yeah, Pat
so
ain't
silly.
gonna get it, man. Nah, Pat, he ain't putting up Pat numbers. They win in so many different ways, man. He's doing a phenomenal job, but the numbers ain't gonna be there. You know, he ain't got to do it.
especially since you brought this workhorse in. I'm interested to see how that's gonna work.
Yo, shout out to Bell, man.
How y'all think he look?
Good guys, Bell.
Man.
How y'all think he look?
What is Damian Williams gonna do?
Phenomenal.
Yes. What is Damian Williams gonna do? That dude, all he did was sat out because of COVID.
Mr. Williams, please find a new home. There's no room for you in the big house anymore.
You know the crazy thing though, man, how good Kareem Hunt was. And when he did what he did in Kansas City, it was like, look, man, hey, go ahead and get rid of him now. And everybody was thinking like, oh shoot, man, they got rid of a Pro Bowl running back. Shoot, how they go do this? It was like, oh, plug and play. It don't matter who back there.
And Wayne got some more. And Wayne got the right guys.
Yo, hand the ball to anybody who's a running back. It doesn't matter. Just hand the ball to him.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Now, what's got me excited is old crazy AB coming out there to Tampa Bay with all them weapons, and I got both of them in fantasy. And I'm already 6-1, man. How y'all feel about me being 6-1 about to get this money, man? Y'all liking that, man? I mean,
so now we at the point in the show.
Collapse.
It took a whole hour. We at the point in the show where I finally figured it out. So Corey, I finally figured it out. Mm-hmm. This man wore that V-neck because he got a victory over me in fantasy. I got you. Yo, shout out to your V-neck. Shout out for the victory. I know what we're doing.
So I lost to Zoe this weekend.
Oh man, we took some names this weekend, Zoe.
Oh yeah, my team sucked.
Yeah, mine was terrible.
Listen, the worst thing that can happen to me in fantasy is we play a good defensive game because the offense doesn't need to do anything. Because I got all the offensive players in fantasy. So
that didn't turn out for you well this year, man. Didn't turn out well.
I like that.
So
it's wrong, but I like that, Dennis.
I don't disagree with you. This is the difference. Me and Zoe score even. Even James Washington in Pittsburgh, it was on the field but caught no passes, right? And had 0 points. And I was really worried about that because he had Odell Beckham, and then Odell Beckham went out in the first quarter and got 0 points. But here's the difference. Jared McKissick got me 7.1 points. He was a running back for Washington, and he just didn't have a hot hand. I can't remember who the running back had a hot hand. Ezekiel Elliott got me a grand total of 5.1 points.
No heart.
None.
No heart.
Did you see him get hit on that block?
Man.
No.
Ain't no way you 230 and low to the ground like Zeke and you allowed it to happen. I know dude was coming full speed. I get it. But I've seen Maurice Jones.
I've seen Zeke take on Aaron Donald. I've seen him take on Aaron Donald and not lose like that.
They ain't got nothing in their chest no more, man. And it's not just because that's gone. They never had it. If it took somebody to be on the field with you, look, if it took somebody to be on the field with you to have heart, you never had heart.
I agree with that. I agree with you 100%. It's just like I cannot remember who it was. And I'll find the post tomorrow. Say you got one lead on that team. He said that's a humongous problem. That is huge. He's like, and that's evident because it's gone.
The worst part about that one leader is that he is really not a leader. Like if Dak walk in a room full of real leaders like Ray Lewis, Dion, Jerry, Aaron Donald. If he walk in a room full of those dudes, he ain't got no choice but to fall in line and be a beta male.
He'll fit right in.
He's a beta male in a locker room full of beta males, and he's just the one that's closest to an alpha. He's a leader. He's a leader by default. No,
he will fit right in. Yes, he will.
Really, you in a room with people like that, and you think Dak is going to be a voice?
Absolutely.
And there was Shannon Sharp,
absolutely,
Ray Lewis, Brian Dawkins, Ed Reed.
You talking about the greatest of the great. And one thing that you're talking about too is you talking about defensive leaders as well.
Take Dak and put him in a room with Russ, Tom Brady, You can even throw Lamar Jackson on there. Just throw Lamar Jackson. Throw Aaron Rodgers on there. If you put him in a room full of those dudes,
wait. There will not be disrespect that way.
What?
If you don't put Pat in that room,
put Pat in that room as well, right? And you throw all them dudes in the room, and you looking at them, and you name the best leader from top to bottom. Dak's going to be at the bottom.
He won't be. Absolutely not.
Who you put him in front of?
Lamar Jackson, for one.
The record
for one.
Who's going to be at the bottom?
You keep
talking about records. We are, and every single quarterback that you named has a formidable coach and a formidable coaching staff and a formidable defense. You haven't named one that doesn't.
And what makes the coach formidable that you're talking about?
What do you mean, man? It's all game plans. The only thing that the players do.
What makes out of all those coaches, what made Bruce Arians formidable?
What do you mean? It's Bill Belichick that was formidable.
No.
Bruce Arians went to a Super Bowl as well, too.
Time is
Bruce
showing
Arians went to a Super Bowl
in Tampa Bay, and you telling me Bruce Arians is the reason for that?
Bruce Arians, and we talked about this earlier too. Bruce Arians is such a good coach, man. He changed his whole style of coaching to actually, what's the word I'm looking for here? He changed his offense to Tom Brady's strengths.
To adapt to the players?
To adapt to the players, exactly. You have these coaches such as Mike McCarthy, right? And that's the reason him and Aaron Rodgers fell out, and they got somebody in there that will build around that you build to the strength of your team. If your old school ass offense don't work, right? If it don't work no more, then you get people in that will strengthen the team, right? It's the same thing that happened in Washington with I can't remember his name, the one that benched Robert Griffin for Kirk Cousins. It's the exact same thing. In his mind, Kirk Cousins was the better quarterback because he fit his system better. He did not alter his system at all for Robert Griffin. At all. And now both of them, Kirk Cousins, Robert Griffin is the backup behind Lamar Jackson. He can't help that. It's just Lamar Jackson. Right?
Hey, hold on, Corey. Hold on, Corey. Hey, yo, Marvin, call that number. Call that number, man. We want to talk to you. Go ahead, Corey.
Yeah, numbers on the bottom of the screen, Marvin. Call it. Let me hear your opinion.
Because
no, I'm not saying the record determines if you're a leader. What I'm saying is so much evidence on the field, in the locker room, all the things that like say for instance what happened with Andy Dalton and no one came to his aid. That's lack of heart, and that falls on your leadership. If you got a leader, part of that is making sure your guys are ready to go, making sure they're mentally ready to go. Don't
you find it funny that the wheels fell off as soon as Dak left?
The wheels was already off.
The
wheels was gone last year.
The wheels were not off. They weren't. He was the only thing. He was the one that was holding the wheels on. Listen, man, and I've told you why. And we sat here and told you 50 million times why this team will never win. It don't matter who you bring in. They're not going to win. They're not.
I can't win for like
you're not. How's
the wheels fall off after he get hurt, and they won one game before he got hurt, and they won one game after he got hurt.
They were in football games. How do you have the number one offense in the NFL, and then all of a sudden you can only muster 3 points?
Hold on. The win that they did get was a meltdown by the Falcons. Meltdown. They lost. They was getting blown out in that game. They had to make a miraculous comeback. I can't get my team to go in the first quarter, and we got to play from behind.
That's every game.
Yeah,
and he's throwing for 200. What does prevent mean? Eventually, you got to come out of prevent because they're catching up. Melvin, how does that work?
No, because the clock's running.
Every single game that they've played in, with the exception of the Cleveland game, they had the lead with 3 minutes in the fourth quarter. But they're getting blown out. Makes no sense, Melvin. What you were saying doesn't make sense.
They didn't win, bro.
Exactly, because the defense is blowing it, Jay. If I give you the lead for 3 minutes, and then what am I going to do? I'm going to give you the lead every single game this season and watch the defense blow it. Then he brought the team all the way down. Go ahead. He brought the team all the way back within 3 points to watch Odell Beckham run a 50-yard reverse for a touchdown. I guess Dak did that too.
Let me take
out of here.
Hey, go ahead, man. Who we talking to?
What's up, Zoe?
What's going on, bro? Can you hear us?
Talking about who the coaches or those coaches were leaders or the players it was, right?
Right. Hey, turn your volume up and say it again. We can barely hear you.
Is that better?
All right, I got you. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, y'all was discussing, I think it was which one of those quarterbacks were leaders, and I think Corey said that Dak was the leader. Did I catch that right?
Yeah, he said Dak was the leader on the Dallas Cowboys. But the interesting thing about Dak being the leader on the Cowboys, the leader, whenever something goes wrong, dodges all accountability. It's always someone else, according to Corey. So so in his world, when I leave a situation, let's say I leave my house and I leave my oldest kid in charge and he's the leader, and I come back and there's a vase that's broke. What I do is say, well, it's not your fault because you didn't break it. I'm gonna get mad at everybody else. That's what he does to Dak. He said as long as Dak has a good game, he has no accountability to the loss. But go ahead. What's your idea about Dak being the leader in Dallas?
I don't. If that's what Corey said, I don't agree with that. But
it's not what I said at all.
I will say that I think it's been proven, man. Like with everything that's going on in the locker room now, and Corey knows I'm not a Cowboys fan, but
he's a Cowboy hater.
I have to. I mean, I'm objective, so when I watch these games and see what's been going on these last couple of days, it's obvious that Dak was bringing something to that locker room. Right. And he's been gone for 2 weeks and they're talking about firing coaches and rebuilds. I think Dak did a lot more to hold that locker room together than we realized. And we're starting to see that now.
Yeah, but what did he do different? Because the results was the same, losing games. The only difference is they moved the football. We're not saying that Dak is not a great quarterback. I think Dak is very good. He's a very good quarterback. So the ability for them to move the ball. That's why I told Cora we got to separate the stats from when I'm saying leadership. You can be a great player in any sport and be a piss poor leader.
This is what. Hold on, Marvin. Let me finish. This is what we're missing right here, and this is what you keep trying to say that I'm saying, but I'm not saying it at all. What I'm telling you is that this sport is broken down into two sides of the ball. You want to separate? Let's separate it. If I'm a leader of my team and I'm a leader of the offense, I expect the defense to do the same shit. It's exactly what I expect them to do, and they don't. How many times have I said that since we've done this 90 shows and we've talked about the Cowboys in 87 of them, how many times have I said that? And you put the blame on one person, and that's Dak.
Have anybody heard me say anything about blame?
You said losing. Why are they losing?
Let me get a quick one in real quick.
Go ahead.
What do we attribute what's going on with them right now to? What's happening? There's one common denominator that's missing right now. And I mean, I've been watching the Cowboys for a long time, right? Since I've been watching the Giants. And we all have rough seasons, but this early into the season, you're talking about firing a coach that just got hired and the man that he just got hired, that he hired, the coach, the defensive coordinator he brought in. I think there's one common denominator that's missing, and it's the quarterback.
Yeah, but Marvin, you have to say this. If Dak did not get hurt and they had the same record, 2-5, would they still be trying to fire McCarthy and Mike Nolan? Yes. It didn't matter if Dak was going down or not. The team was underachieving. The team underachieved last year, right? So you got 2 straight years of this team underachieving, and we got 2 straight years of blaming the coaching. There's a common denominator right there. It's the players. Now, what's missing is not talent, because the players are very talented, especially on the offensive end. What's missing? It's in their chest.
It's the defense.
All right.
All right, Marvin. Thanks, bro.
Hey, appreciate your call, bro.
I'll take you no problem, brother.
Appreciate it.
Later, Mark.
Now, I've been quiet. Not really, but I haven't spoken on this. You keep saying it's the defense, and I was going to let you have that and say nothing. Dude, I am a Kansas City Chiefs fan.
Mm-hmm.
With Alex Smith as the quarterback, we gave up the butt on defense.
Swiss cheese.
Listen, anybody can score. You get a score, you get a score, you get a score.
Mm-hmm.
With Pat Mahomes, his first year at the helm, the same exact thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
Gave up the butt.
Mm-hmm.
The second year at the helm, gave up the butt. That defense ain't even right now. Last year and right now, the defense ain't spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. Them boys went to win so bad with the worst defense in the league. Well, not worst. They was rated 31. The second worst defense in the league. Them boys was an overtime victory away, an overtime possession away from beating the Patriots and going to the Super Bowl the year that we didn't win because the leader got everybody playing to their best ability.
Mm-hmm.
Now they chopped that whole defense up. Brought in new people who bought into the system, bought in the Andy Reid system, bought in the Steve Spag system, and said, okay, Patrick Mahomes is our leader. We're going to give him the best that we got. And you know what that ended in? A ring.
Exactly.
Ring.
Exactly. So what did you just say? What did you just say?
What I'm telling you is the worst defense in the world got to the playoffs under Alex Smith, who's a better leader than Dak, and under Pat Mahomes, who's a better leader than Dak.
I don't think so.
Those defenses that we had, if you check the stats, are worse than even the Cowboys defense right now. So
they're not. Because listen to me, Jay, and I know that that's fabricated because I can pull up a picture right now that will tell you the Cowboys have the fifth worst defense ever in NFL history right now.
No.
Yes.
If they did, the Kansas City Chiefs had to have the third worst. Listen, it was doggy style anytime. It was doggy style. The
Cowboys are giving up 39.8 points a game.
Dude, my heart was broken.
Try again.
We'd have 2 touchdown leads with a minute to go and still find a way to lose the damn game. I ain't never seen nothing like that.
You talking about we'll lead with 2 minutes to go and lose the game. The Cowboys did that every week while Dak was there. Now they can't score 3 points and they losing by 30.
14-point lead with 2 minutes to go and lose the game.
I remember that.
Right.
I remember
not a 3-point lead, a 14-point lead. Y'all defense is horrible. Don't get me wrong. I was about to say serviceable, but I don't want to lie. Y'all defense is horrible. but there's no leadership.
Yeah, they're not.
And that is because the tone at the top. Your ownership is garbage, so therefore everything under that will be garbage.
Didn't I say that too, ma'am? Didn't I say that too, man?
Well, you've been saying that, but that's one thing that we know can't change. That's the only fact. Yeah, that's the only factor that's not going to change.
And Lamar had a good point. That boy said Dak was the duct tape on that team. Duct tape only lasted so long. You either fix it or you wait for it to break.
It was. I thought it would be Zeke that got hurt. That's who I thought would get hurt.
You need more than duct tape. You need more than duct tape.
You do. Right. You need more than one leader on the football team. You have to.
But if we using this analogy of duct tape, we all know that's a temporary fix. So if your leader is duct tape, you need to get a real leader in there.
That's not.
Your leader should never be duct tape.
Not what he's saying.
So hold on, Corey. Real quick question.
I'm listening.
You keep this Dallas Cowboy team the way that it is, and you insert the only change you make is you insert Aaron Rodgers. What do you have?
The same team.
Okay.
There's listen. You keep talking about they would, bro, because there's no offensive line. Aaron Rodgers would die.
Hey, who's the most sacked quarterback in the last 4 years?
Not like this.
Who's the most sack? Zoe, who's
so
the most
you saying that? So you're telling me that Aaron Rodgers also makes the defense better. Is that what you're saying,
Corey? You honestly believe that Aaron Rodgers will not come in? We talk about Aaron Rodgers now. We talk about Aaron Rodgers.
Tom Brady couldn't come in.
They will have a winning record.
Mahomes
Exactly.
could not come on this team and win.
Aaron Rodgers is the king of not having help. They ain't did Aaron Rodgers no favors in Green Bay
at all.
They ain't did that man no favors, and that man takes whatever you give him, the 53 men that you give him, and that man go out and make something happen.
The favors that they've done for Aaron Rodgers, is they brought in coaching staffs and coaches to help. They have not drafted well at all. They haven't. And they already drafted his replacement. That's already done instead of drafting a wide receiver. But these dudes that they have at wide receiver, they playing. Their defense is playing good football too. You keep talking about these dudes that have coaching staffs, defenses, everything together.
I tell you what, Corey, name 4 players on the Green Bay Packers not named Aaron, whose name is not Aaron. Go.
Devontae Adams. What's Jones, the running back?
I said nobody named Aaron.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
You got 2.
I got 3.
You
Blake Martinez. Huh? Wait, I mean, he's catching the football, man.
Is he?
You got
Come
2.
on, man.
I said nobody named Aaron. The running back name is Aaron Jones. Nobody named Aaron. You got 2.
Look, Jay, here's
Aaron
the thing.
Jones.
Here's the thing. He said Aaron wouldn't do nothing there because the O-line is trash. Russell Wilson has been sacked almost twice as much as Dak in the last 3 years. What
did you say about his head coach?
He's the number 3 most sacked quarterback in the last 3 years. Dak is like 20th.
And what did you say about his coaching staff?
So you're saying
what did you just say about his coaching staff?
What you just said is that these quarterbacks have it all together. You're saying they got defense.
What did you just say about his coach? I didn't never said anything about O-line. I said they got everything staff, and they're playing good defense. That's exactly what I said. You can rewind it and go look at it.
And you said everything.
Everybody that you're naming, even you, Jay, has said the same thing. You have named players, and even you said Andy Reid is a genius. He is the coaching staff, right? Everybody that you have named, because behind any good quarterback is a good coach.
Who was the good coach that was with Aaron when he won the Super Bowl?
He had one. Hey, but he's not. That's not him. What happened? What happened to his career? What did he do his last year? How many games did he win? How many games did he win? You can say whatever you want to say. Coaches come and they fall off. Just like I said, if your system is old, I said that earlier in the show. If your system is old and it's outdated, then what are you gonna do? You move on. He came back with all this analytical bullshit that he even said himself in the interview was bullshit and got a job. Now look at where the Cowboys are. They're even worse than they were with Jason Garrett.
But what about all of Dak's stats though?
In the offseason, it's gonna happen.
I'm listening to you.
In the offseason, did you feel like this would happen? After the Mike McCarthy hire, did you feel like this would happen after all pieces that was brought in? Did you see this happen? I mean, aside from the Dak injury, because
I never saw the defense being this bad. I never saw it. Because I like the pickups. Because you picked up defensive linemen, right? You picked up these big defense linemen. You picked up Dontae Poe. You picked up Emerson Griffin. You picked up Gerald McCoy, right? To protect the young linebackers that you had on the team, right? And they were supposed to make a difference. And then you bring Mike Nolan in to run a 3-4 defense where none of these players fit. Who the hell does that?
Oh man!
Dallas.
All right,
exactly.
So let's move to something a little bit more fun because Corey go sharp if he keeps straining like that.
Shut the hell up, man. Shut up.
Hey, that boy over there about to have a baby, man. Get that man an epidural.
You so stupid. I'm gonna drink some water. Let y'all make me mad.
All right, so Jay, introduce our new fun topic that you threw in our group chat today, man. That had all us buzzing, man.
Okay. What is the greatest dynasty across all sports ever?
Now, are we just picking one, or are we picking one for each sport?
One.
One. The greatest dynasty of all time, the GOAT of dynasties. What say you?
All right, give. So we all on the same page. Give me the definition of a dynasty, because when I looked it up, I mean, yeah, it has roots in monarchy and stuff like that, right? And kingdoms and stuff like that. But what a sports dynasty really is a team or a franchise that stretches across
a period of time,
right?
A franchise whose greatness stretch across a period of time, which resulted in multiple championships,
or just consistency,
and a hot. No, you still need consistency,
right?
You like the Buffalo Bills was a dynasty with no championship, so you can't say that they was the greatest.
I wouldn't even say there was a dynasty, because when you're talking about stretching across periods of time, if I take the Bulls for example,
they ruled the AFC for 4 years.
They ruled the AFC for like
4
6
years though. A dynasty goes across decades. So if I take the Bulls for example, with MJ, Scotty, and Phil, with MJ, Scotty, and Phil, they ruled a period of time, and then before that it was nothing, and after that it was nothing. That's not a dynasty to me.
I don't know.
They had a good run.
Era was, I think the Jordan, Scotty, and Phil was a dynasty.
Well, we call it a dynasty because they won a lot. But when you really look at the definition, they're not a dynasty. They just had a good run. But when you got Boston, they able to retool, and they able to take it from one great and then pass the torch to another great and then pass the torch to another great. And they had that little lapse because Len Bias was supposed to carry it from Larry Bird, but they he passed, and then it got picked back up once Garnett and Paul Pierce showed up. Lakers the same thing. They continue to go, but nobody else. So really only dynasties in basketball to me, I would say the two greatest is Lakers and Celtics, and everybody else is on a smaller scale. For baseball, is definitely the Yankees. For football, I would say the Pittsburgh Steelers.
But I say the objective of this is to pick one. So who you gonna pick?
I'm going Yankees.
Not bad. I can understand that.
Not bad.
Who you got?
I got the Patriots.
Not a dynasty.
You're crazy. That's gone over decades.
Who do they pass?
That has gone over decades.
But it's been Bill and Tom the whole time. Who do they pass it to?
They've been playing for 20 years together. That's 2 decades.
So let me ask you this: if it was a rulership in the kingdom, and the king lived for 30 years, and after he died, the kingdom was overtaken by somebody else. But you had another kingdom that was passing it down from son to son to son to son to son. That's like if that exists, there can be no dynasty better than that. If your dynasty stops at 12, 13 years after someone leaves.
Yeah, but when you're thinking about football, that like the Patriots is probably like they're probably one of the greatest dynasties. Like
greater than Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How?
Because they got the same amount of championships in 20 years that Pittsburgh got.
Pittsburgh has, exactly.
Right. But you don't grade it just by the championships. You got to also think about consistency and longevity and connectivity from era to era to era. We talking about a Pittsburgh team who had a handful of coaches in their whole lifetime. They only had a handful of coaches.
Name the last time the Patriots missed the playoffs.
Luther, I don't know.
This year.
You can't say that yet.
This year. It's over. It's over.
So he said the Patriots, yo. That's a pretty good pick. So we got the Yankees, Patriots. Zoe, who you got?
I would have said the Patriots, and I disagree with the time frame, because if that's the case, I think that if I would have won, and the Lakers are not a bad answer either. But I would say the Patriots for my era, because I didn't see all of the Lakers championships, and I'm just going off, personal opinion. But I think the time frame only matters if you've done it for multiple times. Lineage, I do understand. I do understand passing it from one, great 53-man roster to others, and that's what they did even back with, Franco Harris, Mel Blount, those guys. But I do feel like accomplishing the same amount of rings in a shorter period of time does not take away from them being the dynasty. I think it adds to the lore of them being the
absolutely,
because of the fact that they were able to accomplish what this great team did in a long time, in a short time. You get what I'm saying? Like if I go and if I win one ring this decade, I win one ring next decade. So I have a total of 2 rings in this, 20-year span. But I've been competitive throughout. And then in the last 2 years of my career, one team comes and wins 2 in a row. They're not going to look at me as being better than that team or a greater dynasty than that team just because I've stretched it over a longer period of time. So I think the Patriots is a good answer. I like the Steelers, but I think the Patriots. I think Tom and Belichick being able to do the play at that level for 20 years, and it was always supposed to be the end, and it just never happened. So I'm gonna go with the Pats.
So the definition of a dynasty, though. That's why I'm doing. Is it been a greater dynasty than Europeans in the White House?
No, there hasn't. The closest one is the one that I'm about to tell y'all. I'm about to tell y'all the winner, and you guys, you really good. You try hard. I get it.
Oh, Jay,
the hardest thing to build a dynasty would be in the college level. What happens is every 4 years you have to get more players. You have to get more players because they graduate out.
I will give you this.
It's really hard to do it in the college.
I'm gonna give you this already.
I will give you
this. Shout out to Nick Saban.
I will give you
Alabama for finishing after this guy. Coach K and the Duke Blue Devils is the greatest dynasty of all time. I don't understand why y'all didn't see that I was setting that up from the beginning. I don't
give you this.
It is Coach K easy.
I'll give it to you.
Greatest dynasty of all time. That's it. I'm done.
But you can't say that because he didn't pass it from one coach.
He argued
it. It's very true.
No, it's over. I won. It's Coach K. Coach K is a dynasty by himself. He's won. He's returned USA basketball to prominence.
Kobe did that.
Who was coaching? Who was coaching it?
Kobe.
Huh?
Kobe.
Yeah, right.
He set the tone. He was a leader. That's what leaders do. Hey, that's another example.
That leader was the man that looked like the mascot. That leader.
You can always throw the basketball because one guy can lead a basketball team.
As much as I love him. Oh, yeah, it fits the definition, the criteria. This man has 5 championships since the year of 1990. No one else has done that on that level. This dude not only has to deal with only having players for a maximum of 4 years, he's dealing in the one and done era. He's having whole new teams every year and competes. And has cut down the nets 5 times. He's won the ACC tournament 17 times.
Are you done?
I am done because the king has been crowned, and his name is Michael Krzyzewski. Greatest dynasty of all time.
What's his name? How you say his last name?
He don't know how to say his name, man.
His name is Coach K.
We've been at it for a minute, man. Let's put our votes in for the man that. Who is the man down of the night? My vote is for Corey for getting all in his feels and for having a baby without an epidural. Gotta give Corey the man down of the night, man. That's my vote.
So who you got?
Take it. I'll take it tonight.
I gotta go with Corey. In the beginning, I thought that he was just going hard for it too, but I'm starting to think that he's a Dak apologist.
Yeah,
he might be a Dak apologist.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
I mean, Corey, you lost simply by wearing that Dallas shirt after which Dude, there's a meme that said Dallas traveled all the way to Washington to kick a field goal. You could have did that at home.
I gotta support my team, man. I got to. I gotta support them.
When your team loses to the football team, you don't have to support them.
With the team to the team with no name. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah,
scored 3 points against a team with no name.
Pretty much what happened. Hey,
that's what happened.
It's unanimous, man. Corey, you are the man down for who? Oh, I'm sorry. Who are you voting for, Corey?
Shit, myself.
Because you gonna argue with us about him being this natural born leader. I was like, he's a leader by default, but I don't want to bring it back up. I want to bring it back up.
He's really not. I mean, the dude did it in college, the dude did it in the NFL. Still doing the same thing.
Got you. All right, man. Well,
we're on big games.
You beat Mississippi State.
Hey, subscribe to us.
You beat Alabama.
And YouTube. And share the podcast. And if you miss any of this, you can go back and check it out on iTunes, Spotify, or Google Podcasts, or any other place where you can get your podcast, man. Thank y'all for joining us. Give us some more more topic ideas for next week. And we'll see y'all next Tuesday. Peace.